Welcome to the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 229. The first set of the day was submitted by Joel. If you go to the second photo, the usability is pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of double mouse padding. It's just not my thing. The other side of the desk, I don't think it's really the best use of it. And I think it's a bit odd because that's not really an extension to a desk as much as it's its own standalone dresser.
Kills my OCD because it's like, just line it up with the dresser, please.
Yeah, and the cables, we're seeing cables back there. He didn't do a good job hiding it. Joel scored a 70. The next setup was submitted by JP. You know, with this, I really think it comes down to out of sight, out of mind. If we zoom in under everything, I think there's a lot of like little things. And I think one of the biggest issues is these stands are just hideous. And I know a lot of people would agree with me. The speakers, you know, I don't hate it. I think it works well considering he doesn't have the desk real estate for it. I would have ideally liked to keep the speakers on the desk and put the monitors up a little bit higher, taking them off their stand. But the problem is with a monitor like that, when you see one of those bitch ass stands, chances are it's not a VESA compatible monitor. JP scored a 72. The next setup was submitted by Oscar. Pretty simple use of the wall, but it's not overwhelming, but it's not underwhelming. It's a pretty good balance. Now, my biggest complaint, and I know a lot of people might be on the same page, whereas others might think I'm overreacting, the monitor arrangement just gives me the biggest headache. And it's really, when you sit there, I get it. It's not bad. It really isn't. He's going for dual primary, which means he's not really much of a gamer because, you know, his email actually said he loves cars and he uses setup for productivity. So because of that, I can't really hate on him. I wish he got the Calyx shelving unit in black. I don't
know. I kind of like the contrast of like the wood. Yeah, I mean, it's different.
Oscar scored a 90. The next setup was submitted by Lucas. This was his setup when he was on episode 93 of Pimp My Setup. Now you would expect when somebody comes back, they're like, listen, I'm back. I'm about to get myself 100 because I know everything I need to do. Well, he didn't really listen to me at all, honestly. I don't know what. I wish I could kind of like slap him across the face. I'm not really feeling too good about the changes here. The idea is to really, when I said condense on the shelves, I was telling you, get rid of stuff like mouse boxes, microphone boxes, mouse pad boxes, shoe boxes. It's a lot better this time. I still don't really care for all the equipment on the right side. I don't think that's the best spot for the PlayStation. I think the mini fridge could go elsewhere. Lucas scored a 68. The next setup of the day was submitted by Matthew. You do not split your main desk into two different setups, especially when one of them is for your laptop. Absolutely did not make sense, especially since you're trying to use two monitors for your main PC setup, which causes one to not even fully be on the side desk. If he just moves his mouse a little bit too much to the right, that's it. You're 14, so I don't want to completely destroy everything you work towards, but this is utter shit. Matthew scored a 60. The next setup was submitted by Justin. The other thing that I kind of saw was the room layout itself didn't make sense. First off, you're right up against the door, and then there's a dresser right over there, which I would assume your chair has to be touching. Now, the other thing, and this is a big issue, and I hope you're not offended, Justin, but this is 2017. I have to make the assumption those better not be participation medals.
The back right, that's his bed.
What?
That's his bed. It's a piece to part of his bed because I can see the mattress in the bottom right corner.
Oh God. Justin scored a 72. The next setup was submitted by Daniel. It's such a simple setup, I can't really hate on it. There's a lot that it's lacking. A good place for the headphones, speakers, more accessories, maybe a matching, you know, a theme. I was gonna say a matching color theme, but maybe just a theme in general would be nice. Daniel scored a 62. The final setup of the day was submitted by Johnny. Oh my God, are you in the same goddamn cabin as the last guy?
He's on the left side, basically.
Yeah. He's like, hey. We had Daniel with wood cabin, and now we have a guy in a wood cabin with metals. Yeah, you see like coming out of the computer, like there wasn't really any attempt. It was just kind of like, this is what happens. Sometimes I'll wrap it around, but that's about it. And that's it. There's nothing on that nice wall, nice wall panel right there. All that space is absolutely necessary for building a theme, and you didn't use it. The clock is ugly. I hope you didn't make it or your mom didn't make it because it's ugly. Johnny scored a 58. Oscar walked away with first place with a 90. Thanks for watching the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 229.